In today's video, we're going to walk you through how to set up conversion actions the new way inside Google Ads. Because if you're aware and trying to set up a new conversion action to set up conversion tracking, you might notice that when you go to create a conversion action, that you're brought to this initial setup, which is completely different to what we had before. And now in this video, we're going to show you how to set up the conversion action and conversion tracking for landing page form submissions, because Google have released this new update which is meant to be designed to make it easier to set up conversion actions. But if we're used to setting up conversion tracking in a specific way, then this new method might cause more difficulties than favors overall. So to set up conversion tracking the new way when it comes to form submissions, now you get brought to the type of conversion that you want to measure. And because we're not tracking phone calls in this case, but we want to track a website form submission, we're just going to stick with this default conversions on a website. And from there, then you can just press continue. And now when you get to the part where, it asks you what you want to measure, all we have to do here is press submit lead form. And once you do that, then you'll have the option to set up the conversion action. And the way we set up conversion tracking for form submissions is we want to create a manual event, and you can just name this, whatever is relevant to you. But I'm just going to call this landing page form submission for video, just for reference. And once you do that, then you can just press use event. And from there, then you can just go to settings to make sure that the settings for the conversion action itself is set up properly. And the first option here is the action optimization. And if this is what you want to be considered as a conversion for your campaign, which usually a landing page form submission should be considered a lead for your campaign, then you want to keep this as primary action. Because if it was a secondary action, then it would still be tracked, but it wouldn't be counted as a conversion for your campaign. But we do want to track it as a primary action, since it's an action that's actually relevant to what we want the customers to take. And then the conversion name we can just leave as is because we already named it. And for value, then we just want to say don't use a value, because it's not e-commerce where they're purchasing a product. And when it comes to leads, we don't want to use the value for our conversion actions. For account, then we just want to keep this as 1. And for a click-through conversion window, we can change this down to 30 days rather than 90 days, because we can consider a new lead that, converts 32 days later, for example, as a new lead when it comes to leads for service-based businesses, because they might have purchased your service, but then also need another job, over 1 month later. So it makes sense in this case to have a click-through conversion window of 30 days. But all the other settings here, you can just leave as is and then press done. And all you have to do then is just press save and continue. And from there, then you can just press finish, as we're going to set up our tag to actually, set up the conversion tracking itself in just a moment. So you can press finish. And as you can see here now, we have our landing page form submission for video conversion action that we just set up. And it's a primary action as we wanted it, and it's a conversion source as our website. So now what we have to do is set up the actual conversion tracking now that we have the conversion action set up. And to do that, then you just press on the conversion action that we just set up, and you come down here below your settings and go to tag setup. Now you have different options when it comes to setting up your tag. And what we prefer to do is install the tag ourselves. And I'd highly recommend doing it this way if you have a landing page software, which I'd also recommend using, as it's just easier than using Google Tag Manager to set up form submission conversion tracking. And what we can do then is just copy the first tag. And now, assuming that you have a landing page software or somewhere like this that you actually created your landing page, you want to come to the option where you have JavaScript code. And this would be similar as well if you are, installing the tag on your website or on WordPress or something like that. But what you want to do then is go to add new script. And we want to just paste the first tag that we copied in here into the body. And we can just call this tag for form submission. And we want to put this on the head position and both pages, which is important to remember. And then add script. And then the event snippet, which is basically the tag that fires when somebody actually fills out the form and converts into a lead. We want to copy this snippet and make sure it's selected to page load as well, so we know that it's only when the thank you page loads that this tag fires and then we actually record a conversion. So we copy this tag and then we come back to the landing page builder and add new script and paste this in again. And we can just call this, thank you tag, just for reference. And this time the position is going to be body top and thank you page. And then we just press add script. And now once we have those two tags installed, what we want to do with our landing page as well to actually, make sure the conversion tracking is working properly is make sure that our landing page or website is published. So you just want to publish it first. And once you publish it, then you have your landing page or preview URL so that we're able to copy this link address and now come back to Google Ads where we're going to make sure that this conversion tracking is actually set up correctly. So now we're going to press troubleshoot beside the conversion action that we just set up. As we see that right now it's inactive, so we go to troubleshoot and then just press continue. And then the Google Tag Assistant pops up where we just paste in the URL of our published landing page and press connect. And now you should see your landing page pop up. And what you can see here then is that the Tag Assistant is seeing if it can record a conversion. Now, what we want to make sure that doesn't pop up is the green tick here saying that the tag's been triggered, because that's telling us that, Google has recorded a conversion when it actually hasn't yet because we haven't filled out the form. But what we want to do as a test is just fill out the form. And now as soon as we, get brought to the thank you page, then this should be triggered to let us know that we actually have recorded a conversion in this case. So we can press get a quote here to, test the conversion action, and we get brought to the thank you page. And now you can see here that we get the green tick letting us know that the conversion tracking is set up correctly. So all we have to do is press finish. And you can see here this conversion action is sending data to Google Ads. We can close the Tag Assistant. And now you can see here straight away that this updates from inactive to no recent conversions. So the process of making sure conversion tracking works is the exact same as it was before, but the process of setting up this conversion action itself is the only part that's changed. And it can be difficult to navigate, anytime Google makes new updates to, how the dashboard and everything works, especially when we're used to, seeing everything in Google Ads laid out the same way. We just don't like, change when it comes to Google Ads rolling out new updates, but it's up to us to adapt to these changes at the end of the day. Now, I hope this video helped when it comes to setting up a new conversion action for a landing page, form submission, and also making sure that the conversion tracking is actually working. Now, if you do have any questions about these new changes inside Google Ads or anything else related to Google Ads in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you do have any questions about anything we mentioned in this video as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.